you for staying with us this morning. And now let's talk about something that concerns the youth.
You mean the younger youth, or is it the older youth?
Our youth.
Okay. Anyway, you and John, Jones Wilson. When we talk about youth, says he is a younger youth.
Benny.
Guy is 70 plus.
Yes.
He's a young youth.
When did Shina Peter sing that song where Asikoawa youth? Ray?
That was about 30 years ago.
Well, he's still a youth.
Oh, I see.
Junior Achievement Nigeria is a member of Junior Achievement Worldwide, and it delivers practical, experiential, hands-on programs through its 4 core pillars of financial literacy, work readiness, entrepreneurship, and digital literacy. And it does this to young people between the ages of 5 and 27. Wow.
See?
5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll get to it. JAN, or JAN, as it is popularly known, started operations in Nigeria in 1999. And since then, it has reached over 1 million students in all 36 states of the Federation, plus the federal capital, through over 5,000 volunteers. Okay. One of its main programs is the Leadcamp for Girls, which is what our focus is going to be on this morning. And it's my pleasure to welcome 2 ladies, the lead citizenship and sustainability person at Union Bank, Omolade Banjoko.
Good morning.
Good morning. As well as Chiamaka Mwokena, who's Program Officer, Junior Achievement Nigeria.
Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Chiamaka. Tell us about Junior Achievers Nigeria.
Okay.
Junior Achievement.
Junior Achievement Nigeria.
Junior Achievement.
Yeah. Junior Achievement Nigeria, you know, you've said it, but let me just quickly say that, you know, we're a member state of Junior Achievement Worldwide, and we deliver programs, hands-on experiential programs, you know, practical programs for young people within our 4 core pillars. Now, these 4 core pillars, like you rightly mentioned, are entrepreneurship, digital literacy, financial literacy, and work readiness. We work, mentor, and help young people between the ages of 5 to 27 years, you know, to become the best that they can be. Yeah, and over the years, since 1999 that Junior Achievement Nigeria has been in operation, we have, you know, affected over 1 million young people through several programs. And we do this through mentors. We do this through mentors all over the state, including the Federal Capital Territory. And over 5,000 mentors.
Okay. You've been in existence in Nigeria since 1999.
1999, yeah.
What about this girls' camp? Has it been in existence since 1999 as well? Okay,
so for 21 years now, I've been running the Leadcamp program. Yeah, this year, 2022, will make it the 21st year that Leadcamp has been. Okay. Yeah, and we've been affecting lives through the program.
Okay. What are some of the, before we go to Ms. Banjoko, what are some of the feedback that you've gotten from the program? It would be nice to know because, I mean, when you say part of the experiential hands-on programs is to effect work readiness, you know. So what kind of feedback have you gotten? What kind of difficulties have you faced? What kind of results can you share?
Yeah, there has been, thank you for the question, there has been lots of results, lots of testimonies, I would say, from young people, the young girls who have, you know, gone through this program. Let me say again that the program is actually for girls, young girls, in secondary schools, especially in SS2. And, you know, the young girls who have gone through this program over the years have gotten back to us with testimonies and are leaders in wherever they are now. You know, to mention a few, really, there are founders, there are women who are leading in their organizations, who, you know, are leading in society now, that have gone through the Leadcamp program. And to mention a few, say the founder of Ashebik Bella actually went through the Leadcamp program. Nkechi Eze, she went through the Leadcamp program. The youth advisor for IREX, Odo Olayinka Oshunloye, Leadcamp program. The founder of the Parisian Partners, she went through a Leadcamp program. There are lots of, you know, testimonies like that. That's just to mention a few. There are lots of people, girls who are, you know, ladies that are making impacts in society today, who are making the changes that they want to see in their world, that have actually gone through the Leadcamp program, because it's a holistic program, you know, that make impacts in these young girls and in making sure that, you know, they are high-achieving leaders, you know.
Omolade?
Yes.
What is the involvement of Union Bank in all of this?
So for Union Bank, SDG 5 gender equality is very important to us. And so we always look for partners. SDG 17, again, is partnership for the goals. So we always look for partners that will help us reach the levels that we want to reach, because as we're a bank, right? And so Junior Achievement Nigeria, for 8 years now, we've been sponsoring the Leadcamp and working with them. And every year we set a target. So this year, we just concluded the camp on Friday. So January, from Monday to Friday, it's a week-long Leadcamp. It's a week-long camp. And 300 girls is usually our target for each year, where we say across the country, from schools like International School Lagos, Tied Up College, from the School for Girls, yes, School for Girls in Kano.
Remaville.
Yes, Remaville in Jos.
Schools in Kano.
The 300 target this year?
Yes. Oh, in fact,
yeah,
about 400.
we had,
because we also opened it up
almost
online.
400.
Yeah, and we actually we did a live stream as well
on channels.
On channels,
where
actually.
over 15,000 people were watching.
Yeah.
You're so excited about this.
Yeah, because the impact is key for us.
She's program officer. She should be excited.
How many of Leadcamp girls has Union Bank employed? I'm putting you on the spot, I know.
So actually, I should say it this way. This is a program that has been on for 21 years, and Union Bank has been on it for 8 years as well.
Okay.
Odola, who she spoke about, actually came to be the head of marketing and communications for Leadcamp, for Jan. So it was like a full cycle where she went from being a part of the program to leading something at Junior Achievement Nigeria, and through that we actually worked with her. So whether it's direct or indirect, we end up partnering with a lot of these people. So for Nkechi Eze as well, she's on the board of Leap Africa. So, you know, just there's ways where you end up meeting people and you realize that it's a cycle where you empower a girl here today, and then in the future, you work with them either as direct participants in building other people or in building other companies as well.
And you meet them when they have achieved.
Yes. The achievement never ends, right? It's just this endless cycle.
Let me ask you, Ms. Banjoko, I'm going to stay on that work readiness for two reasons. One, I asked her. Two, she said, well, how many have you employed?
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, because there is a general belief, if I can use the term, that young people just want to get money, not earn money. So, there's usually that sense of entitlement that some people feel young people always have of themselves. Look, give us, we want it, and all of those things. So I'm just wondering, from your perspective, that work readiness part, what kind of feedback have you gotten from when they first come in to the system and when they leave? Being young people, I can imagine that working with young people is not just going to be, as we say on the street, beans.
No, it's not beans. So, for one thing, I'll speak maybe directly for Union Bank, and then I'll go to the program that we do with girls. Okay. So, for Union Bank, the average age is about 37 years old, actually. I know that would be a surprise to a lot of people. Okay,
for Union Bank?
Yes.
Wow.
And
you know, Maggie is how old now?
105 this year, actually.
And your average age, workforce age is 37?
37, yes.
Interesting.
Very interesting. But what that means is that, you know, so whether through your management trainee program, you know, you see a lot of people who are in their younger 20s, and they have to, well, in their earlier 20s, and they have to go through the entire bank to learn what it means to work in a bank, right? So yeah, you may have come on because you wanted to be in a specific department or you wanted to do something specific, but you go through and you know what it is to handle people's money and to be responsible for people's livelihoods, for people's futures. But specifically, why we work with companies like Jan or with NGOs like Jan is because they run different programs that are able to feed into our own program, which is Leadcamp. So they have a company program, for example, where, like, you know, like we said, they start from like age 5. So in certain schools, for example, or some of the programs that they do, they've already started working with younger girls and they're teaching them entrepreneurship. As part of Leadcamp, you know, they had sessions on introduction to coding. They had sessions on emotional intelligence. You know, they had sessions on speaking with confidence. So there's a lot of, beyond the hard skills, there's also a lot that goes into the soft skills. And the idea is when you're exposed to somebody like a Tarafela Durotoye, you're exposed to somebody like a Kemi Onobanjo, you know, you're exposed to people who know what it is to work and to earn the respect of people in society such that they can call you back and say, look, oh, you've done well for yourself. Now come and talk to young girls. The idea is when you expose them to mentorship at that level, they know what it means to be fully functioning members of society. And so in the end, you're doing the most that you can to prepare them not just for work, but also for life.
So when you meet, I'm speaking to you specifically as a person, and both of you actually. Okay. So when you meet young ladies who have not gone through any of these programs, and you kind of mentally compare them to those who have gone through these programs, what do you see?
You see potential. For me, I think it's also a call to action. You know, there are companies that, there are lots of companies, you know, and I should say that. So beyond our bank, there's also industry initiatives, but there are also individuals who are working. And for me, it's just a call to action as a person. Because, you know, there's something called direct beneficiaries, and then there's also indirect beneficiaries. So for every girl, for every of the 300 girls who has been part of our program, the charge to them when we were closing yesterday is the people that are in your family must know the impact that you have gone through this program. The people in your class, in your school who didn't go through this must, you know that you've gone through this program. So for me, the information and the knowledge that I have, I share. And for every girl who has gone through this, 300 girls over the last 8 years or so for Union Bank, and then, you know, 21 years for Jan, the hope is that each one tell
300
one.
per year.
Per year. So each one tell, and that's just one program. You know, we partner with other companies as well to deliver other programs. But the goal is each one teach one. You know, they say if you empower a girl, or you empower a woman, then you empower a nation. So for me, it's a personal call to action. And that's something that I also share with all the girls who go through this program, to say, you've gotten this information. You don't have the luxury of sitting down on it by yourself. You must share. You must share, because the work that we have to do, it's plenty. We're here. So yes, you have people in Akwa Ibom, but you have not reached all the places in Akwa Ibom. But if you yourself can impact somebody simply by being the light,
and that person impacts somebody else, and
then we're kind of getting
like
somewhere.
that, the chain.
The chain. And then to quickly add to that, you know, in Leadcamp, we encourage peer mentoring. Yeah, so, you know, you say it, you said it, that girls are passing through the program, but then there are also girls that, okay, we've not gotten to know directly. So what we just do is we say, please, in your school, in your locations, in your environment, in your houses, you know, communicate what you've learned, whether it's by attitude or whether it's by, you know, saying one thing or the other, or correction. Make sure that you are mentoring someone else, you know, with the things that you have learned in the program. So in Leadcamp program, we also encourage peer mentoring for the girls to pass on what they've learned.
So you talked about the age of of those who go through this lead camp. Tell us about that target audience and the expected outcomes.
Okay, so the target audience for the program, Leadcamp specifically, is actually girls. I've said before, girls, and girls within the ages of 14 to 18. Yeah, well, because of the ages, for students in the north, we had students who are in SS2. The class for us is SS2. The age that is in between, the age range in the classes. So we had girls that actually are 20-something years on the program.
But they are in SS2.
But they are in SS2, and they joined the program. You saw, the impact for us in the young girls is very key. Yeah, it's very key, and we usually see that once they come into the program and are participating. So basically, the turnaround in the girls is a thing of joy for us, and we're quite excited that, we're able to end it this year in a very remarkable way. And we're also trailing the impact in them, and we'll follow up and make sure that the girls are high-achieving leaders as we plan for the program.
If you can please give one instance of a before and after story of any of the participants that came on, because when you say remarkable, I'd like to feel the remarkable in the time. Okay. So if you can give an example of a before and after scenario of at least just one of those participants.
One of these, okay, let me not go too far. Let me say what just happened this week. Yeah, in one of the schools in Lagos, we had one of the girls who, she was always, this year we had the hybrid. It was hybrid, so we had students seated in clusters in their schools. And I saw this lady that she was always going to the back. She doesn't want to do anything with the camera. She would just go to the back. She would say, so I went to her, I said, please, why is it that you just want to stay at the back always? This is day 3. Why don't you come forward? Yeah, you are beautiful. We need to hear from you as well. Why aren't you saying anything? And she told me, I'm camera shy, So when she said, I'm camera shy, I said, okay. So there's this session in Leadcamp that we encourage the girls to, communicate, present, do with presentations.
Yes.
Yeah. So the group presentation time, I told her, come forward. You would represent your school. Basically in ISL, the International School, University of Lagos. She came forward and, she was part of those that did the presentations, and she did pretty well. She spoke so well. She did so well with the presentation. And I was looking, this is someone who said she was camera shy. Now in Leadcamp, so after that scenario, I went to her. She came out as one of the outstanding girls, So after that, I went to her and I said, so how was it like presenting? And she told me, okay, this is the first time I'm facing the camera, talking to, we had almost 400 girls that came for the program, And she faced the camera. She said the thing fluently and so well. And she said, I found out something new in myself. I can now talk, I can present, I can face the public. So you see, she found out something new here. And there are several girls like that, the program is impacting, and they are seeing the best, and they are becoming the best. They are seeing their potentials and are, harnessing them.
And I'd like to add to that. So one of the sessions also is being able to communicate regarding abuse.
Yeah.
And you find questions. I think that, every day we realize that people are going through things. But again, we talked about this being girls who are in SS2. Ideally, they should be kind of a little bit sheltered. But, there's some questions that you see them just type, because they type. Like she said, it was hybrid. So everybody's sitting down in their schools with volunteers, sitting with them, as well as their teachers, coordinators, and they're there from 10 a.m. till about 4 p.m., just making sure that it's intensive. In this 1 week, they get as much as possible. And some of the questions, that you see, you can see that these are questions that people have been bottling up, or even when you're having conversations, like there was a panel around confidence, and they're saying, what if you're just afraid of failing? And you're asking yourself, why is somebody in SS2 already afraid of failing? But these are questions that they probably didn't have anybody really to ask. And you see them at the end of the week, they're dancing without, with abandon, because it feels like an unburdening has happened and an empowerment, has happened during that week. And for us at Union Bank, it's important to continue to convene and to make sure that, girls have either, they have a platform either to set themselves free of whatever it is that could be stopping you from being your best self from a young age, and, getting the skill sets that you need to be the best you, because Nigeria definitely needs more strong and powerful young women. And men too, but we're focusing on women.
At least I know I'm outnumbered here. But
let's talk about the girl child. The girl child in Nigeria seems to have the wrong end of the stick. Well, seems to have been given the short end, not the wrong, the short end of the stick. Why is it so important to promote gender equality and especially concentrate on educating the girl child?
It is... Okay, girls and women are at they form the significant part of the society. Globally, 50% of the global population are actually women. Yeah, and women are actually going through a lot.
We're told about 65.
Okay. So
we're more than the men.
That's why they said 7 women to 1 man eventually.
7. 7. Ayo, how many wives do you have now?
As you were saying.
6 more waiting to be married to you.
As you were saying.
Okay. Okay, so what does that tell us? We need to empower our women. We really need to, our girls and women, we need to, we need to put a lot more in them if we need to see any kind of significant change in the society. Women are at the core of it all in the society. Actually, if you go to organizations, if you go to, you go to places, you just see women everywhere. And you know that for any kind of significant impact to be done, women have to be in the core of it. Also, growth in the family. They say everything begins from, the family. If you want to see, you want to see growth, you want to see development, you need to really empower the family. Empowering the family actually starts from the women. Yeah, I not because I'm a woman, but I see the woman as the core pillar of the house, really, because they are there to mentor the children, there to help the man. Women are the core of it all. And do
you have any objection?
No,
Did you?
I don't.
I was wondering.
You need to drink on that.
Yes, I needed to drink on that.
Okay, all right.
So this is the reason why we need to make sure that we invest into women, and that's why we make sure that in Leadcamp, the girls are taught about everything that they need, to become, to have the right attitude to life, to have everything that they need, to make life, as valuable as it should be.
Please tell him very clearly. He goes out to look for the money.
Okay.
Sometimes the women also go out these days because life is so tough. But at the same time, the women still have to incorporate looking after the children into their daily programs, whether he believes it or not.
I actually have a problem, with role assignments.
Gender roles.
Yes, I have a problem, personally, I have a problem with that. Because you guys are supposed to be partners.
Right?
Yeah, but the man is out most of the time.
Madam.
Looking for daily bread.
Union Bank is more than 100 years old.
Yes,
maybe what you're saying is 100 years ago. But today, you better behave. But let me ask you something. Let me ask you, you talked about etiquette as part of the whole thing the other time.
Yeah.
And there are those who say attitude is everything. So no matter how financially literate you are, no matter how work-ready you are, no matter how entrepreneurial you are, and no matter how digitally literate you are, at the end of the day, attitude is everything. But if you look on the social media and you see the attitude, you're smiling.
I'm smiling.
You know exactly where I'm going.
I'm not sure, sir.
Dodger.
So, I mean, I know it's a touchy one, but how, is it something that can also reflect at the first touch that anyone sees of anyone who comes out of this program? That, okay, we're touching base with you for the very first time, and we can see it in your attitude that you have gone through this program.
So, I mean, one can try. I think our intention and our objective is definitely to try. I spoke about emotional intelligence and, you know, communicating with confidence. And part of those sessions, we make it clear that confidence is not arrogance, you know. There are distinctions that we make during Leadcamp. And as well, you have to remember that because it's also hybrid, you know, you have people who are communicating across a computer.
Yeah.
So, you know, we always make it clear, like, clap for the other person when they win. When you're announcing the outstanding girls from each school overall, you know, you have to be happy for somebody else. So those are things that you know, yes, you put them in sessions, but also in just modeling that behavior. At the end of the program, when we are choosing the most outstanding girls, it's actually based on their participation. Yeah. It's based on their enthusiasm. It's based on, you know, them expressing clearly, I want to be here. I understand the importance of being here. I understand what is being invested in me. So when you see a girl that has gone through Leadcamp, what you should be seeing is, number one, a girl who understands that people, you know, have deposited and impacted in her, and she cannot take it for granted. When you see a girl who has gone through Leadcamp, what you're seeing is a girl who understands the importance of opportunities, time management. And when we say time management, how best can you use your time? Should you be using your time in ways that are not... So yes, you should be up to date on you know, what is going on around you, but also you should understand that you are never too... So, for example, the Chief Risk Officer of Union Bank gave the opening remarks. And what she said was... So what she said was she did her ICANN when she was in university. And by the time she graduated, she was already an ACA holder. So when you go through that kind of program, you understand that people have blazed the trail and they come back and talk to you. What is your excuse, really, for not being the best, whether in skills, but also in attitude and how you relate with people?
Amolade Banjoko, Lead Citizenship and Sustainability Union Bank. All we can do is wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And say congratulations to you for it's an 8th year now, isn't it?
Yes, 8th year for us, 21st year for
Leadcamp for girls. Thank you very much for supporting the girl child.
Thank you, man.
And Jan, thank you very much for this program. Chiamaka Amokena represents Jan as the program officer. Thank you very much. And good luck.
Thank you.
For all your programs and your planning for the next Leadcamp for girls.
Thank you.
We shall return in just a moment on Sunrise to talk about something that is very, very important in the Nigeria of today.
Oh, really?
Social graces.
Oh. I thought it was security. We'll be right back.